so we just got back on the boat. We've had a full day here at Bimini, and this is Virgin Voyages Private Island. So what we want to do right now is we're going to do a comparison video. We're going to let you know from Royal Caribbean, their private island, versus Virgin Voyages Private Island.
Oh, yes, at Bimini.
Yeah, at Bimini. So we're going to let you know which one we actually prefer. So,
and both islands are in the Bahamas, so this is the Bahamas.
Yeah, so it's kind of equal playing field here. All right, so when you get off in the morning time, it was a smooth process. You didn't really have to worry about much. Here at Virgin, you have towels that they want you to really take out with you onto the beach. And when you go on Virgin, and when you go on Royal, you just have towels there that you can just get and return. Here you also do have towels that you can get, but they make, the only thing is if you check out 4 towels while you're on the beach, then you gotta bring them back to the ship. So that's, just be mindful of that. So that was a big thing for us.
Yeah, so that's getting there as far as like the towels. Now, what was also say like the difference between Virgin and Royal Caribbean, when you hit Royal Caribbean's private island, you get off and just walk to the private island. This one does require you to take a shuttle. So if you just want to get right off and get right into it, you do have to wait for a shuttle depending on what time that you do get off. Then it's about I would say maybe a 5 to 10 minute ride in. It's not horrible, but it's
More
on the way back. It's more like 10, yeah.
You have to stop where they have the golf carts at. And also over there is like where the shops are. So you have to stop. They do a drop off there for people who are going to get golf carts, or go to the shops or a pickup. And then they go over to the private island. Yeah. So it's about a 10-minute, and even coming back. So if you want to leave right away, you can't leave right away because you have to wait on the shuttle.
Now, let's get into the beach itself, like the private, like the amenities. Okay. So let's start with the food, the amenities, and also like the entertainment. So let's start with the food.
Okay. So the food, I will have to say actually that Royal wins on the food for me. Now, the flavor of the food, Virgin had good flavor and things like that. But as far as they're having lots of options, I feel like on Royal's private island, you have so many different little stands and shacks you can go to. And they also have a lot of options. You're going to have tacos, you're going to have barbecue, you're going to have chicken sandwiches, you're going to have mozzarella sticks, you're going to have different kind of desserts. Here you just had a set menu, kind of like in the restaurants, and that was it.
Yeah.
And it was like, the food was good. Like there were certain things that were good, but I felt myself like I was hungry still. And I was like, there's nothing else I really want to go get. I almost I wish I could have came back to the cruise ship. Got on the cruise ship, had something, and then went back
out. But again, if you want to do that, you have to hop a shuttle to get back to the cruise. It's not convenient.
It's not convenient. And even when we wanted to go, we were thinking about going back and doing something else. So like, you made it all the way to your room. Do you really want to get on that line for the shuttle to go back? Nah. Thanks so much for watching our video. We're just taking a quick second to let you know that we have a website.
Yeah, did you guys know that La Pointe Life is online at www.lapointelife.com? You might see it down at the bottom of this description. Right now, we're loading up all our tutorials. We're loading up all our guides that we have, because we believe that every family should travel outside their zip code and experience life outside their zip code. So head over to lapointelife.com right now, and make sure you check out some of the resources that we got out there for you guys.
Yeah, so keep watching the video, like, subscribe, and join the journey with us.
Let's get you back to the video. So when you walk onto Royal Caribbean's private island, you have a big water park over here. But again, we understand these are 2 different cruises, but it's a big water park. And if you're not going to the water park, you have a whole nother section over here. We could do snorkeling, we could do different things as far as like kayaking, different activities on this side. And it's beautiful when you walk up because it just welcomes you in. Here, it is beautiful as well because the beach and the water is very, very nice. But once you drive through, you have the beach, you have a really nice pool. But that's it's the chairs are kind of about it. Yeah. So I think it's more just based off the crowd that we did.
And I know that we had really red flags today. So the things that the minis, maybe the kayaks and stuff like that, they just didn't bring out because of that. As far as like the water here is a lot nicer than the water at Royal as far as the beach water. So I will say Virgin wins on that one. I think the part I didn't care for so much was that I feel like it's more peace and quiet, and there's more areas that if you want to be a part of the crowd and like have it loud and everything like that, you can in Royal. But if you want to have some quiet areas, There's some, if you want to read or just relax, I felt like it was a nonstop party, so you couldn't really like relax a little bit, you know, which was nice. But then sometimes you just want to, you know,
just chill
and hear the sounds of the waves and things like that.
Now, I would say one thing that we did do a walk right up until like there's an invisible barrier. It's a security guard, actually. He was saying that you can't go past the private residences or just a restricted area. But there were a lot of people who went down further on the beach, away from everything. It's very secluded on that part. So that's something that you can actually do if you do want to get away. There's people out there reading books, standing in the water reading books, laying out, just
because it was quiet. It was like you just needed a minute to breathe. Now, the funny thing though is that there are the families that were on that little area. We were like, wait, why are there kids here? Like, what's going on? Are we on the wrong cruise ship? So there were some families over there. So that's something. I will say that Royal Caribbean wins when it comes to the bathroom and the amenities there. It's a lot nicer. The bathroom is pretty and stuff like that. Here it's just very basic.
Yeah.
Nothing nice to it at all.
No, it kind of stinks too, because again, there's a lot of people drinking alcohol and there's a lot of people using the restroom, especially for the guys. And I'm like, this stinks. It just does.
Yeah. So I would say that that was that. But as far as like the staff, everybody was very helpful. You know, very sweet and stuff like that. The beach area, there is more than enough chairs for everyone. So we got off early. Thinking that we were gonna have get really good seats, which we did. However, it didn't kind of just think, because you get off early, you want like the seats so no one's blocking you, and you do realize it is public beach, so you can't really make a fuss. But a lot of people will pull their chairs up in front of where you're sitting just so they could have no one blocking them. And then they end up blocking you, which kind of really sucks because you really did get out there early. And there was a lot of people who were upset about that because you got out there early for that one reason. And then you had a whole crowd of people who just moved chairs and just sat in front of you. At the end, it was fine, but that does suck.
Yeah, it does suck, especially when you do get up early. And also the people who do get up early, again, just realize that there's people getting up throughout the day. There's plenty of chairs, so don't feel like you have any FOMO or like fear of missing out, like trying to get there, trying to get a bed.
I would say don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about rushing off to be the first one. There was tons of beds that were still left there.
Tons of chairs.
Tons of
umbrellas.
Umbrellas, everything. So, and there's so many different seating areas, which is nice. I do like that. There was so many different little kind of hammock areas and different seating areas that and nothing was like crazy crowded.
So then again, going back to the amenities, I would say outside of the beach, I would say again, Royal wins based off the pool, because even when we went to Royal's private island, the pool itself was massive. I believe there was a lazy river in there too, was it?
Or something like that. It went around.
It went around, but it was massive to that point. And it had greenery areas where you could kind of chill. Again, I understand this is more geared towards kids as well, but on that section of it, it just had a lot more layout where you can actually swim, you can get out, you can hang out. There's music playing under the water, the underwater speakers. So I do say that they do win there. The pool here was really nice as well, but it wasn't as massive.
And it gets really crowded because it's that pool area. And I do like that Royal also does like in the beach, they have like these little circle things that you could like floats that you could swim out to, and you could sit out there. So they have like little things like that make it really cool. So when you're in the beach, you're like kind of sitting, relaxing, and enjoying the beach. So you don't have to bring floats and all that other stuff. The water was a little rough here, where the water over there is a lot calmer.
And it could be, I'm not too sure if it's based on the time of the year. It could be, but again, before you guys get in the comments to say anything about, hey,
you in December, of course.
We went in December, but also the fact that matters, Royal Caribbean is made for families and such. We say if we were just cruising on Royal Caribbean, which people do on their own, if you didn't go to the water park, just the amenities that they had.
So we're not even adding the water park. We're just adding the amenities and the food and the beach and the pool. We're comparing apples to apples here.
All right, let's throw one more in here, the comfort level, as far as the relaxation level of what you feel between Royal Caribbean and also Bimini. What do you think?
So I felt like I was not able to relax here. I felt like it was so much going on, you couldn't just breathe and relax. So in Royal, I feel like, you know, there's so many quiet areas, like I said before, where you can kind of just go, you can relax. I just felt like the perfect day was actually a perfect day there. Here, I didn't feel like it was a perfect day.
So they coined the phrase correctly.
Yeah, I didn't feel like this is a perfect day. I felt like it was more like I enjoyed being at where were we the other day? Grand Turks.
And Grand Turk, yeah.
I enjoyed being there at that beach. I felt like that was more relaxing than it was here. I felt like it was so much going on. It was totally opposite of what the cruise feels like.
Yeah.
It was just like, you know, it is a non-stop party,
yeah.
but I just felt like, I was like, oh, I couldn't get in the vibe. Like I wanted to read my book. I wanted to look at the water. I wanted to just relax, and I just couldn't get in that vibe. Yeah. I would come back, of course, because I really did enjoy Virgin Cruise Line, like hands down, loved it. I just don't love their private island.
Yeah, I agree.
I could do with, you know, like my thing is always every time we go on Royal, like I want to stop at the private island.
Yeah.
On this one, I could go with an itinerary that doesn't stop here, and that would be totally fine.
Totally fine.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because like I said, the food was just it was good, but it wasn't a lot of options. You know, you just had what you had, and that was it. It was just loud. You couldn't, and that's personal. You know, it was just loud. I just couldn't relax. So I could do a whole itinerary that just didn't stop here. I would pay to have 2 days, a perfect day, if I could on an itinerary versus what I had here. What about you?
Same. I totally agree with what you say. Even though we sat in the chairs, we found good chairs. You always kind of like up because the music was playing back here. I really liked when we walked off and it was quiet on that side. I wish we had done that earlier because that would have worked out to say, you know what, let's get our towels and let's just kind of hang over there because then that's a totally different experience. You get your food, you eat whatever you can eat and just head back over there. So I think next time we do come back, that'll be something that we keep in mind. We'll absolutely do for next time.
And the funny thing about it too is that you get a lot more time here than you do at Royal Caribbean's private island. But it was cleared out by the time we came. I mean, it's like what 4 o'clock. We don't leave until 6:30, and it's basically cleared out. Like everybody's back on the ship. The party is over at the pool, so the pool was cleared out. The beach, and I know it's because it was kind of cool and stuff like that. But it's just. I don't know. It's just, and you know, the funny thing too is even where the rock star status is, I think that's something different too because Royal Caribbean, you kind of like their area is on another side.
Even with Disney's, like their private, like
it's like it's just another side. Here, you're like it's regular people chairs, rock star chairs. It's just the chairs that change, and I'm like,
maybe they had different food.
But I don't know.
Well, they had different food. They had their own.
Yeah, they probably had different food, but I mean, they still. Right next to us, so it was kind of weird on that. But
you reach over in the invisible line and give them a high five.
Yeah, they do have the golf carts here where you can rent. They did have another beach club you can go to if you want to go to the casino and stuff like that. So that was different. We did not even walk around the shops. Like I said, it's so much to, like we want to drop our stuff off and it's just so much to get back and forth.
Yeah, because now we had to go back to get to shuttle, to get to the first stop, to wait for the shuttle to come back. So.
To wait for the shuttle, to go back, to go over there. It's just like, is it worth it? We didn't even get the souvenir. I mean, orange.
I know. So I don't know. We may get off and go do it.
We ain't get
So hopefully this was helpful. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and also send this to somebody that you know is considering a Virgin Voyages cruise, and they have a stop at the private island here in Bimini. Catch you on the next one.
Catch you on the next one.